Edward Simon accidentally discovered polystyrene, the first form of plastic, in 1839. It wasn't until 1907 that Bakelite, the first fully synthetic thermoset plastic, was invented by Leo Baekeland. Bakelite became well known for its resistance to heat and electrical non-conductivity. The invention of plastic helped revolutionize our world. Can you imagine what our lives would be like without the invention of plastic? There wouldn't be any computers, cell phones, Tupperware, or even water bottles. Unfortunately, all the plastic products that we've become so accustomed to are harming our planet. Plastic is not found anywhere in nature, therefore it will not go away like something such as rubber. A much overlooked aspect of plastic pollution is how it affects terrestrial beings. Plastic particles are found in even the most remote regions of the world. Two examples of how plastic particles can travel are by being absorbed into the soil and entering an underground stream, or an animal eats a piece of plastic, mistaking it for food, and then traveling to a new location. Marine life is also being affected by plastic pollution. There are 200 million tons of plastic produced every year. An estimated 10% of that will end up in the oceans. Ocean currents cause plastics to form garbage patches. The largest known garbage patch is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. You can see here and here. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is almost 1 million square miles. That's about 3 times as large as France. Smaller marine organisms are becoming trapped in plastic rings. As you can see, this turtle, its shell is not strong enough to break through the ring as it grows. Instead, it becomes deformed and forms an hourglass shape. ConserveTurtles.org estimates that over 100 million marine organisms have been killed due to plastic pollution. Microplastics are defined as any piece of plastic smaller than 5 millimeters. Microplastics are a direct result of plastic breaking down. The National Geographic tells us that microplastics are found in all parts of the ocean. Microplastics are not only found in the oceans, but they are found in things such as road paint, our food, and even our beer. In my opinion, the scariest part about microplastics is the fact that there has not been any long-term studies on the health hazards that it can cause humans. Here I have a picture of microplastics, and here I have a diagram of how it goes up the food chain. Plastic is one of the most common materials used today. People do not think about where plastic ends up when they toss it onto the ground. UNenvironmental.org tells us that plastic additives such as BPA are absorbed into over and underground water supplies, poisoning the soil around it. BPA is a chemical that affects the hormones of vertebrates and invertebrates alike. Plastic pollution is a huge problem in our oceans. Plastic will not decompose, but it will break down into harmful chemicals, which makes up its composition. The chemicals, which are known as nanobeads, can take thousands of years to break down completely. This gives the chemicals a very long time to wreak havoc on an ecosystem. Microplastics can be found in almost anything. Microplastics do not break down like organic compounds. Microplastics easily work its way up the food chain. For example, think of a plastic bottle floating in the ocean. Algae forms on the bottle, and then a fish or shrimp, snail, etc. would eat the algae, also eating the microplastics. And then larger predators, such as humans, sharks, or even larger fish, eats the smaller crustacean. But the microplastics do not go anywhere. They just travel up the food chain. As before, I mentioned this diagram here. Plastic pollution is out of control. Our planet is being suffocated. Marine life is dying because of our careless ways. All life on Earth is going to have a grim future if we do not take care of our plastic problem. The must-have plastic products in our lives must be recycled, but that's not enough. Ceasing the production of plastic must be our long-term goal. We must replace plastic with biodegradable alternatives. Here I have a picture of a bird that has died because its stomach was full of plastic debris. Its brain well, its stomach, because of the fact that its stomach was full, its brain told the bird that it shouldn't eat anything, therefore it starved to death. Here is a bird that has been stuck in a plastic bag. This is a river in Indonesia. You can't even tell it's a river. It looks like a landfill. This sperm whale was found to have over 100 plastic bags inside of its stomach, and here is a picture of its intestine, stocked full of plastic. Here I have a graph which talks about which countries produce the most plastic and plastic debris that end up in our ocean. China is by far the largest. Fortunately, the United States is at the bottom. And here is my audience.